Now, former WBA heavyweight champion David Haye announced that in a London press conference today that he will be back in the ring on June 29th in a comeback of sorts at the Manchester Arena against basically one of five potentially unbeaten non-British heavyweights, according to his manager and trainer Adam Booth. Now, Haye hasn't fought since beating domestic level heavyweight Derek Chisora last July in the fifth round below out in the UK. That's really it's kind of hard to really call this a comeback, and he has only been boxing for less than a year. Fighting once a year is kind of the norm for him, and yes, it's a definite waste of his career to be that inactive, and that's his idea about it. But in the press conference, Haye complained about the Klitschko's not being interested in voluntarily fighting him, so instead of waiting for them to pick him out, he's decided to fight to a highly ranked contenders to become the mandatory for one of the Klitschko's, Vladimir. So he said, I have been waiting for the phone to ring from Team Klitschko, but it hasn't. And I bet doesn't include me this year. Instead of sitting around waiting, I want to get back in there. People want me back, and they'll be able to see me on June 29th. I'm a couple of fights away from the mandatory position. Whether the Klitschkos fight me after that, we'll see. No, it's too bad it took Haye 2 years to get a clue that the Klitschkos aren't going to fight them. Haye could have already gotten another title shot against one of them had he remained active for after losing to Vladimir in 2011. So not really the best move ever. But there's a lesson to be learned in there. He's in it by just sitting, around, just talking instead of getting, getting up and getting working. You're not going to get anything, except a fight with a second-tier fighter, Chisora. So a waste, a big waste. Now, as for Haye, we'll be fighting on June 29th. There's five prospective opponents that they're talking to right now. And all of them ranked in the top 15. All of them unbeaten. No, that doesn't tell a whole lot. There's a ton of unbeaten fluff heavyweights ranked in the top 15 at the current time, and most of them are pretty terrible. But Haye says he wants an opponent that won't be defensive and will let them put on a good show. Haye said it'll be someone ideally that will gel with his style. I want someone that's defensive, afraid to throw punches. Well, so that may exude pretty much all of the unbeaten, top 15 contenders, except for the talented Deontay Wilder and Magomed Abdulsalamov. Would Booth pick out either one of them to fight Haye on June 29th? Probably not, but that would be like putting Haye back in with Vladimir. So, Abdulsalamov, is a beatable guy, but he could punch, and he's most likely not going to get handpicked for Haye because he's a little bit too exciting, and no way will Booth let the 6'7" Wilder in the ring with Haye because he'd have too much of a chance of knocking him out within the first two rounds and ending Haye's dream of the Klitschko rematch. Now Wilder would jump at the chance to fight Haye, possibly, and definitely be available to take the fight after he makes short work of Audley Harrison on April 27th there on the undercard of Amir Khan versus Julio Diaz in the United Kingdom. That's likely going to be some heavyweight with a limited talent and fluff resume that Haye ends up facing, but Booth isn't going to reach the 214-pound Haye against a big unbeaten heavyweight with incredible power like Wilder. It's going to be interesting to see who gets picked out for the fight, and might be a good furlough.